roughly 2.5 months post my surgery, my total gastrectomy, and I thought it was about time that I did a video on food, because that seems to be very related to, in my case, having stomach cancer. That's why I had my stomach taken out. I was starting from ground zero. I didn't even know that people could live without a stomach when this all started. So I totally get when people have a lot of questions about food and nutrition and how do you live once your stomach is taken out. I've had friends ask me, do you still eat? There are those questions. So I thought it might be helpful to put together a video on food. I can only speak from my case and people that I've interacted with, is that you are like I am, that I was going into this because of stomach cancer. I found that there were 3 stages of food that were really different from one another. And it would have been good for me to know that, I think, beforehand. Pre-surgery, for me, I had 4 rounds of FLOT chemotherapy going on pre-surgery. The nutrition I was taking in and my approach to food then, very, very, very different than post-surgery. And then that is different again from when you're a little further out time-wise, you're post-surgery, but if your chemo's like mine, you're going back to chemo to mop up any of those cells that might have escaped the surgery. So now you don't have a stomach and you're on chemo. So those 3 stages, you're in chemo, but you're pre-surgery, directly post-surgery, but you're not going through chemo anymore. And then you're back to chemo, but you don't have a stomach. All are opportunities for learning is probably the nicest way that you could say it. So let's start off with thinking about those pre-surgery days, but you're in chemo. So going into this, I wanted, and my family wanted, to be as prepped as we possibly could. It was almost like we were bunkering down for war. And so you're doing this incredible amount of reading and, what should we do now while I'm fairly healthy, because I was pretty healthy outside of having cancer. What should we do now to get ready for the surgery? And one of the things that none of my health professionals told me, and I wish they did, it helped me, was bulk up. Pre-surgery, just put on as much healthy weight as possible because it gives you a stronger starting point. I wasn't going into it being obese. Okay, so that's a different, somebody else might have a different starting point. But for me, I was 72 kgs. So what's that, around 155 pounds? I wasn't small, but I wasn't huge, but I bulked up. I put on probably about 12 pounds, went up to 77 kgs, almost 78 kgs by the time I went into surgery. And why that is good, it gave me a buffer, because you're going to lose a ton of weight. You just are. And they figure probably about at least 20% of your body weight. So starting from a more robust starting place can be quite helpful. In terms of prepping for nutrition, again, we're reading all we can, and we want to get vitamins in, and we want to get, you hear protein, and you want to be as healthy as possible going into this surgery. So I went to a dietitian. I contacted a dietitian who, she knew about cancer, but she didn't know about stomach cancer, and she didn't know about a total gastrectomy. So I liked her a lot, but she wasn't as helpful as she could have been. And that can become a frustrating thing, is that you go to medical professionals and you expect that they're going to be able to give you all you need, and you find out that you really have to self-advocate. We went and bought tons of stuff, and I feel really guilty about it now because I bought stuff that I thought I was going to need and I don't, and I think I'm going to donate some of it to, or probably all of it actually, to hospice. This is one of the cases of this stuff called Fortisip that I bought. There's Fortisip and there's Fortijuice. It's like Ensure or Boost. And so it's like a kind of like a milkshake, comes with flavors like strawberry, vanilla, chocolate, and it has a ton of vitamins in it, really, really calorie dense, energy dense. And before I needed it, I tried samples and thought, you take a couple of sips and you go, oh, this is all right. This is okay. This is all right. But once push came to shove and I was undergoing chemo, I just didn't want it. It was too gluggy. Even the Fortijuice, which is like, instead of a milkshake, you get, I don't know, it's grape, apple, mango. Even the grape, it's the viscosity of the juice is a little thicker. And when you're really pushing to try to get your appetite up, to have those unfamiliar textures becomes really hard. And God love you if you're one of those people who can push through it. I know some people who can. They don't like it, but they can, kind of grit themselves. And there are people who like it. Not everybody's gritting their teeth. So maybe it works for you. But I found that I just spent a lot of money that I felt guilty about, trying to get a lot of vitamins, but I just couldn't drink it when push came to shove. I had to look for alternatives. What I found, for me, was just buying really healthy alternatives of food that I already liked. And I just needed the comfort. We actually had a very healthy diet. And so it wasn't all that much of a leap for me to just enjoy what I had. You're going to be losing your stomach. You're not going to ever be able to eat probably as much food in the quantities. And what I mean is, like, for me, I can't eat a full hamburger yet. I can't even imagine eating half a rack of ribs, which I could healthily go, as a treat, go gangbusters on beforehand. And I'm probably, maybe I'll get up to that point where I can do it again. But not now. No way. So it was better for me to just go with the flow. I knew I was eating healthy. I ate the amount or a little bit more because I was bulking up, and I just enjoyed my food. And that's probably the best advice I can give you for your pre-surgery nutrition, at least from my perspective. But just enjoy what you have. If there are favorite restaurants that you have, scrape together the money if you can and go enjoy those restaurants, because it probably will be quite a bit of time before you can go back. And that's, those are the words of wisdom that I have for that. One of the things I found out pre-surgery, but with the chemo, and this is one of the reasons why go enjoy your food that you love, is that my taste buds, by the time I had my third round of chemo, my taste buds were pretty much shot. Like, I'd bite into something, I might as well be biting into a candle. That's another reason why I suggest just enjoy yourself, enjoy the food you have as you get ready for surgery.